What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Beyond the Gray Media. This is Josh here, checking in on you out there in YouTube land, checking in on you and your family, you and your parakeet, you and your hamster, you and your bad uncle, your mom's roommate, anyone that's there. Merry Christmas to you and yours. I hope that it was special. I hope that you had an awesome holiday. If you didn't, well, guess what? It's almost over, and so then you get to turn a new leaf and we get to start all over with the brand new year coming next week. Wherever you are, though, happy holidays. Love checking in with you guys. I thought I would do something different tonight. I'm a little more festive. It's freezing cold outside my garage, but I got this acrylic shitter's full sweater on. I'm telling you right now, man, burning up out here. Acrylic is no joke. Acrylic, it really separates the men from the boys when it comes to want to keep you warm. If you got acrylic, man, you're doing things right. Tonight, we're going to be just low-key, man. We're just going to be totally off the cuff. We're going to go over some 4K reviews. Reviews? No, wait. No, that's not what we're doing. These are 4Ks that I think that you should own because you can just put them into your player. You don't have to think about it. You just set it, forget it, turn it on, and someone goes, wow, this looks really good. What movie is this? When did this come out? Did you just get this? It's a conversation stimulator, right? These movies are so good. First of all, I love these movies, and that's number one, because if you don't love the movie, why did you buy it? You don't buy it for the packaging, right? You don't buy it because of the soundtrack. You don't buy it because it looks cool on the shelf. You don't buy it because it's a steelbook. Or maybe you do, and you end up with a real stinker like this Terrifier 3. And yeah, it's just really, there's no bells and whistles, there's nothing. It's very skin and bones. It shouldn't even really be a 4K, so it is what it is. But I want to go over some of my favorite reference title 4Ks that I think, when people come over, I show them these films, whether it's for the audio, the Dolby Atmos track, the HDR10, the Dolby Vision, whatever you want, all the bells and whistles. These films have it, and they're trendsetters in that way. So let's get right into it. Hold up. You guys probably can't hear this, but outside it is like thunder and lightning just storming, and then in the background there's tons of sirens going off. Like, it's been going for like 5 minutes. So whoever's getting arrested or is injured on Christmas, man, that is rough. But it is storming. Like, I can hear everything. The gutters are going. Everything's shaking, man. It's pretty cool. So speaking of that, we're going to talk about one that came out this year. This is, I'm talking, if you can get over the green period that's in this film, just the soundtrack alone, the soundtrack is like an 11 out of 10. We're talking about Twister on 4K, the great Bill Paxton, Helen Hunt. This is one of those reference quality 4Ks. The picture looks amazing. It looks like it was filmed this week. You can see every pore and every single, every emotion, every feeling on every actor's face. But the sound, the audio track on this film is something else, man. If you have a true Dolby Atmos system, this is the way to. You don't have to turn it up that loud. You put this thing on like maybe half, right? And it just pumps, man. It pumps so good. Unfortunately, I was going to give you guys clips for a lot of these, and then when I started to download them, a lot of them are Warner Brothers and other labels that get a little pissed off if I use clips and they won't let me monetize the video. So I'm not going to do that because I want it to be shown. But yeah, Twister, the first one on my list. If you want the best sound, like the most, like, hey, what does Dolby Atmos sound like? This is what you need to put on. This is what you need to put on. There's not a lot of movies that are just immediately right out the gate like, holy shit, this Twister is one of them. Another banger title that came out this year, one of my favorite movies oh my god, the roof is gonna rip off. I'm glad I started with Twister. One of my favorite directors, Clint Eastwood. This came out. This is one hell of a movie. I watched this in the theater twice. It's really, really long. Another Dolby Atmos, like you feel like you are in a war zone. You feel like you are sniping yourself. This is American Sniper, came out this year. This Dolby Atmos track is another one that just pounds, dude. Pounds, shooting everything up in the air, right? All the different carbine route. It is just brutal. I love this film. The visuals aren't bad to look at either. It looks so good. I know this came out, was it like 2014, 2015, so it's not super old. But if all you had was the Blu-ray, this is a big time jump, a big time upgrade, and I can't recommend it enough. When you put it on, it looks like you're watching a documentary. Like, my TV is so smooth, it feels like I'm in the war zone. So can't recommend that one enough. American Sniper, You'll notice kind of a theme with a lot of these. They're Warner Brothers, and Warner is great about giving you that full Dolby Atmos track. This one, like, people think that my house is being robbed when I play. That's Training Day, one of my favorite films right here. Not just, I mean, the story itself, the acting, Denzel Washington, Ethan Hawke. We're not going to get into any plots with these films. This is a reference quality. The way that it looks when there's a carjacking and he pulls up, right, and he's got the vehicle and he jumps out and they're like serving the warrant. When those bullets start flying and you can see like every grain, every shot, you can see the shell casings. This is an incredible movie, first of all, but it looks so good on 4K. The details and the color, it's really sleek. It's really dark and gritty. It's like when it's wet, it's really, really wet. When it's supposed to be a little bit, like maybe fuzzy because the dude's drinking and smoking, whatever. It looks that way. It's hazy, so it does a really good job with the color palette. But the Dolby Atmos track during that fight, and there's so many scenes, when Dr. Dre 2001 comes on, it just thumps the house, man. I'm telling you right now. Training Day, incredible film, incredible sound, man. Dolby Atmos, 4K, pick it up. Maybe I should have named this video the Dolby Atmos, the top 4K Dolby Atmos that you need to own, because this is another one that's pretty new, and this is The Fugitive. I watched this movie probably 100 times when I was little. My parents watched it all the time, and when you're younger, you only have the VHS that your parents bring home. So this was one of them, the One-Armed Man, right? Love this film, love Tommy Lee Jones, love Harrison Ford, and I love the way this movie looks. When it's blue, it is so blue. When he's like shaving his face and he's trying to like take on a different look, the film kind of changes with it. It's so good. The Dolby Atmos track when they're in that oh my god, it's so good. It's so good when the bus is actually like rolling and there's the fight, right, and they're trying to get out of the shackles and there's the gun. Oh my god, I didn't kill him. I don't care. Right, when he's backed up on that ledge, dude, that scene is so good. It looks so damn crisp. This is another one. Warner Brothers, The Fugitive, 4K, audio, visuals, set it, forget it, 10. All right, I see you, Warner Brothers. I definitely, that's the trend. This is one of my favorite Martin Scorsese films. It's one of my favorite roles by Jack Nicholson. The way that he plays Frank Costello. Oh my god, dude. This is like a whodunit, one of the best crime cop. Oh my god. The Departed, Mark Wahlberg, Leonardo DiCaprio, Matt Damon, Jack Nicholson. I mean, this is a perfect film. I've probably seen this. I've had this DVD from like day one when it came out, rented it from a Blockbuster, ended up buying it for maybe a Hollywood Video, right? At full price. I want to say I paid $25 for it. And I have used and abused that. Like, it barely plays. I played that DVD so many times. I have it memorized. When people come over and I know they're big friends of mine and they're big fans of The Departed, I put this on because it looks so crisp. Boston has never looked better. It is just... This is one of my favorite movies anyway. If you don't know a lot about me, besides horror, I go into like crime and cop dramas. Survival flicks are big. Westerns, right? This is, next to Goodfellas and Casinos, this and Raging Bull. I'm not going to... Anyway, The Departed. This does not have Dolby Atmos, but it does have DTS audio, which still sounds really, really good, right? You got a lot of really, really good bullets flying in this film. The Departed frickin' rips. Jumping across the pond for an Arrow video release. This is another kind of like sleeper hit. A film that I just took a chance one day when it came out many, many years ago. I love this film. This has got also Dolby Atmos. It is rated R. It is another cop drama. This is Narc. You'll probably recognize the inside cover. Ray Liotta, Jason Patric. Narc. This, if you like a gritty cop drama, like thriller, right? Kind of like maybe whodunit, drugs, lots of action, lots of shoot 'em up, lots of just gritty. Oh, this is such a good film, and Arrow just knocked this release out of the park. The 4K. Now it's got a lot of grain because the film is supposed to look that way. So if you've seen the original version, I can't even talk tonight. I've had a couple of pops, right? It's Christmas, right? I've been drinking Bullet Bourbon. I'm a little out of it. Narc is so good, and this version looks incredible, man. It looks like you're watching it for the first time, and it sounds fucking intense. Like everything, the wailing, the action. If you haven't seen Narc, first of all, watch it. But this is a great Arrow release. Here's another Warner Brothers 4K that I think deserves Dolby Atmos, and this is a film that you don't have to make any. A lot of these films are like this, where you don't have to make any adjustments on your set. You put this thing on, just put it on like natural or movie mode or whatever, and just let it kind of be a little bit darker than usual, and you're gonna get damn good picture. Ben Affleck, right? Directorial. The Town. I love Boston. I've always wanted to like go there. But this is one of my favorite films right here. I love Rebecca Hall, John Hamm, Jeremy Renner as Jem. Just freaking kills it, man. This has got some of the best crime, mob boss drama, and just gritty thriller. The Town I could talk about for an hour straight. I've seen this movie 100 times. It gets better each time I watch it. A lot of times, like bank heist movie, I guess I have quite a few in here, but I don't always think that I'm gonna like them. But once I start going and you do it right and you get all those Bostons together, I love The Town. Great soundtrack still for the little, is it DTS HD? Still sounds really good, but the image quality on this one, like it looks so good. It looks so good. It doesn't even make sense. All the cars look like they just came off the lot. Perfect 4K. I wish I had a bigger, like, badder version of this film. Like, I need like 4 discs, right? I need like the audio be bumped up. But The Town is one of my favorite films. Check it out. The first instance of the Criterion Collection on this release, or on this video, if you will, is one of my favorite. You know, I grew up in, early 90s. I was watching, Boys in the Hood, right? Juice, New Jack City. But my favorite of all of those films, of kind of like the gangland violence, those coming of age dramas, is Menace to Society. I have this film memorized. I have the soundtrack memorized. I think it's a perfect film. I think it's very, very captivating. It kind of shaped like all my best, like everybody watched Menace to Society. Half of my friends were Boys in the Hood people, and I love Boys in the Hood too. But Menace to Society is one of like, I just think it's a better film. It's so captivating. The music is so good, and it's just traumatic, man. The Hughes brothers, man. This is a banger title. It looks so gritty and so good on 4K. This is a banger title from Criterion. So pick this one up. If you haven't seen Menace to Society, what are you doing? A newer release for me that, I upgraded, that I don't think I'd seen since I was a little kid. I think I just had this on DVD. This is a Catherine Bigelow joint, right? There goes that thunder, dude. That is so dope. We are talking about Keanu Reeves, Patrick Swayze, the Steelbook from holy shit. I hope that came up badass, dude. A Christmas Miracle, Point Break. Look at this Steelbook. This is one hell of a film. It does not have Dolby Atmos, but it looks so good for being early 90s. The way that it's filmed, the way that it's shot, you just set it and forget it. This film, it's one of my favorite movies, but I forget about it sometimes because it was on TNT, TBS. If you had cable, it was on every single day. So I didn't really go back and watch it for a long time until this came out. And I absolutely love this 4K, this Steelbook from Shout. This thing, it's never looked better. Point Break is one of my favorite films. Fucking love it. So we got 2 left. Honorable mention too, this just came out, so I feel like it's a little bit soon to kind of put it on that reference quality list, but for the Dolby Atmos and the Dolby Vision, the new Terminator that just came out, I did a long form video where I talk about it, but this is a 10. Everything about this film is a 10. The way it looks, the way it sounds, you can smell this film. You can feel the metal when you're watching it. I mean, I usually keep my surround on like 23, 24 because I like it really loud in the house. I like to hear it all over the house. 14, 15 was a lot of machinery. Like, it was rumbling the couch, shaking the door, kind of like that lightning up there. So the Terminator just came out. That one should be on your list. And then another one that if you all you ever had was a DVD or a Blu-ray and you finally got to upgrade this and you did not have the Columbia Classics, you gotta have this. Martin Scorsese, Taxi Driver, Travis Bickle. This is one of my favorite films of all time. Like, it's almost a horror movie to me because I've seen it so many times and it's such a part of like culture, and it just, it's countercultures, but the Clockwork Orange, Natural Born Killers, like, it just works for me, man. Like, I love the whole idea of this film, and this 4K looks so good, especially compared to the material like the DVD or Blu-ray that I had before. It just looked For Scorsese, it just did not look up to snuff. It was just kind of underwhelming. But this Steelbook is beautiful. The sound on here is awesome. Let me double check and see what it's rock. Just Dolby Vision and Dolby Audio. But trust me, if you're a Taxi Driver fan, this thing is worth picking up. And the only way you could own this before was with that, $150 Columbia Classic. So they do a great job with their 4Ks, and this Steelbook is no joke. Now, we got two left. When someone goes, what's the best movie you've ever seen? Like, what's the best looking film in your collection? What is the movie that you're going to put on that's going to keep the butts in the seats so they're going to be like, I need to get a 4K player, or I need to get this TV. I really need to get a Dolby, like a true Dolby Atmos setup. These are the two films that I go back to, and some of them are relatively new to me. So my honorable mention, not the number one, but one that is just so incredible to look at, and the sound is amazing, from Criterion. This is Thelma and Louise. Right, this is one hell of a great film. I love Susan Sarandon, Gina Davis, Brad Pitt, Michael Madsen's in his thing. It's got a Shooter McGavin, what's his name? This thing, it does not have Dolby Atmos, but you can't tell. It sounds so good with that Dolby DTS, Dolby Vision, the 4K, the colors, the smoothness. When they're on that open road and you've got the color of the car, you can see like the wax on the car. This is a reference title 4K. You go, hey, you want a 4K player? This is what you put on right here. I'm not even kidding. This, besides being an incredible film, this is the ultimate edition of this film too. If you can get it for 50% off, I feel like it's still kind of expensive. It's 3 discs, right? If you ever love Thelma and Louise, you want a book with it, you got it. It's got every damn thing. It's got script points. It's got so much shit, man. And it all just looks so incredible. It doesn't even make sense that this film that I was just, I kind of liked it in the 90s, right? But I rewatch it a lot because I like genre titles. I love road films. So when I put it on, I was just like, this might be the best looking movie I've ever seen. So Thelma and Louise, don't sleep. Let's get into my number one. I wish I was kidding when I told you that this is the best looking film in my collection. It happens to be one of my favorite movies, and that is a bonus, right? Because a lot of times with martial arts films, karate, or, there's not a lot of MMA films out there, but, martial arts films, for the most part, you don't get the best sound, you don't get the best, image quality. It's like the fighting it's just the way that it's filmed. A lot of times it's hard to capture on 4K, and I'm telling you right now, my buddy came over and he's like, I want to watch a movie, and we always do like, top 5, or you pick 3 and I'll take one away from your stack. You do the same for me, right? We'd look, people just stand at the shelves and just we debate. So we came down to a John Carpenter film and this film. And ultimately I was like, if you want to see what 4K really looks like, you should let me put this thing on for you. And that is the classic, the immortal Bloodsport from Cape Light Pictures. This right here, I think, top to bottom, is the best 4K that I have in my collection. And I got a couple hundred of them out there. I've got a lot of films, and this one absolutely takes the cake. Cape Light Pictures, what the hell are you doing? You have no business putting this thing out. This might be the sound of this film. It's right up in your living room. You can feel the karate kicks. You can feel you can feel it all, man. Chung-Li, you can feel his tits flex when he does that little booby bounce. It's awkward, man. You can hear the spit, and you can hear oh my god, it's so good. Frankie, so good, man. I'm telling you, I love this film anyway. I've seen it a couple hundred times. Comes with this awesome book. Now, listen, this thing is in German, so some of the special features, if it doesn't have subtitles, you're a little bit out of luck. But that doesn't matter because there's a ton of special features. 2 discs. This is the media book, right? I'm without speech. I'm speechless. It looks so. I think I've watched it 6 times since I bought it. I think it came out last year, and I watched it once, and then I didn't know if maybe I had too much to drink that night, so I watched it again a week later, and I was like, oh my god, why does just the intro where they're running down the streets, why does it look that good? You can see every single little the buildings, when they're going through the streets and they're running and they're kind of cool, the songs building, you can see every single detail. And then when they get into the arena, you can see the granules of sand. You can see when he's busting bricks, you can see the sweat on the It just looks so good. I can't even believe it. If you have to get a 4K player and you want to know the first movie you should buy, if you want to be impressed, I know a lot of people have said this, but I'm telling you, Bloodsport, this is the best looking 4K in my collection, the best sounding 4K. It's something to behold, man. HDR10, Dolby Vision, Cape Light. I don't have a lot of there. I think I have a Eden Lake. I got a couple, 3 or 4 from Cape Light, but this, I don't know what to tell you, man. This is something special right here. It really, really is. And this is like a really cool book. It's like nice. It's hard boxed. It feels really safe and protected in there. I do feel like this might have cost $45 when it came out, but I jumped on it because I didn't have Bloodsport. I think I only have it on DVD. So I was just a massive fan. Kickboxer, Lionheart, right? Time Cop. I love Van Damme. I was a huge Van Damme. Sudden Impact, right? What's the one where there's 2 of them? Oh my god. Hard Target's so good, right? Double Impact. Golly, man. The Quest still might be one of my favorite Van Damme films, and a lot of people don't like that film. So, guys, that's it. Merry Christmas. These are some 4K reference titles that you should pick up and put in your collection, because if you put them on, people are gonna be like, wow, that looks really, really good. You don't got to do anything. Nah, dude, you can just sit back and act like you created it and you made it look this good. So, take care of yourselves. I got some more horror stuff coming up this week. I got family coming into town too, so bear with me. I might have maybe a special guest if he's here and we want to come on. But yeah, look forward to seeing you guys again. Take care. Merry Christmas. Cheers.